This video is 3 tips for players who want to get recruited for college basketball, and these tips aren't going to be shooting, they're not going to be rebounding, they're going to be some things that most players probably don't think about, but I'm going to give you the perspective of a college coach to show you why each of these things are important. The first thing to master this summer is to be great on the bench. No matter how many minutes you play, be engaged, be energetic, and be a great cheerleader, a great leader on the bench. A scenario that happens pretty often is a player fouls out, and maybe they're a good player. The player can react in a couple different ways, but the most common, or one of the common ways a player responds when they get fouled out is they'll go on the bench, cross their arms, they'll go to the end of the bench and do that. They're not engaged with their team, they're not cheering for their team. It's wham, 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 I fouled out, I'm gonna cry like a baby. Instead, and this would really impress a college coach, like let's say you fouled out, you're probably thinking as a player, oh no, the college coach can't see me play and they aren't gonna recruit me and evaluate me. But don't think of it that way. Think, if you foul out, get on the bench, sit right beside your coach, don't sit down, clap, encourage, call out screens, relay, if your coach calls a play, relay that and tell the guys or the girls, 42 or whatever the play is, clap, get your teammates to stand up, give high fives on the bench. During a timeout or a dead ball, be the first person off of the bench onto the floor to meet your teammates. When you're on the bench and you're like that and you have great energy, it shows, one, that you're putting the team first, which is a very attractive thing when in recruits. It's like, that's really good that kid is doing that. It shows they're committed to the team. 2, it shows that you're past yourself, which is kind of like the first point, but a different way of saying it, is that you're not just focused on yourself. Players who are just focused on themselves might have a worse attitude, but players who are focused on the team bring an advantage. The second tip is to celebrate your teammates' success as much as your own. So when a teammate hits a shot, well, let me back up and say this. I get it. When you hit a shot or you make a good dribble move, it feels good because you get in a rhythm. And of course, everybody wants to make good plays. So cheer for yourself and be proud of your performance, but consider cheering for your teammates when they make a great play, cheering for them just as much as you cheer for yourself when you make a great play. If they make a 3-point shot, clap for them, go give them a high five. If they give you an assist, you make a backdoor cut and you make a layup, point at them and say, great job. If you're on the bench and somebody makes a great play, go wild for them. Celebrate your teammates' success whenever they do well. The third tip is to, when you're talking with a college coach, tell them specifically how you work hard. As a college coach this past year, nearly every single high school coach or travel coach and player that I talked to, I might have talked to the coaches about a player, every single kid works hard. And maybe they do, but there's no way, if I'm talking to 100 recruits and they all work hard, they're not all putting in the same amount of work. So when you're talking to a college coach, tell them specifically how you work hard. Do you get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and go to the gym an hour and a half before school? Do you make 1,000 shots a week? Do you have a trainer that you worked with who was a former college player or former pro? Has your vertical jump increased 12 inches the past summer? Has your 3-point percentage increased 20% from sophomore to junior year? Whatever. Don't just say, yeah, I work hard, or don't have your coach just say, yeah, I work hard. Tell a college coach specifically, what do you do on a daily and weekly and monthly basis that proves that you work hard? These are 3 tips of many that's going to help separate you. It's going to help you grow as a person. It's going to help you grow as a player. I hope you found these tips helpful, and if you get a chance to subscribe to my channel. My name is Mason Waters. I just came off my first year as a college coach. I've coached high school and I'll be coaching for a long time. Hope you found this beneficial. Subscribe if you can. If there's anything I can do for you, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.